I want to expand upon this concept of FOBA, fear of being annoying. I mentioned it on LinkedIn last week. It's a concept that I essentially made up to explain how I was feeling when it came to my LinkedIn presence. Now, I started posting about 3 times a week consistently since last year. There were times where I'd post more than that, 5 days a week. Sometimes I'd even post twice a day. And I was getting a little bit worried that people were finding me annoying. So no one ever said this to me that they did find me annoying. I mean, there are probably some people who do find me annoying on this platform, but I had to really think about like why should I care? This is my profile. It's my space on the platform and I'm going to own it. Somebody actually reached out to me and said that, yeah, you really shouldn't care because consuming content is a choice. And if people don't want to listen to you or people do actually find you annoying, it's very simple to either unfollow or cut the connection completely. And I think that this fear of being annoying can generally hold people back. There have been many times where, I went to write an article or write a post or do a video, and I really thought about, okay, what are people going to think of me? People going to find me annoying? Are people going to be like, oh, you're really bad on camera? Are they going to think about, oh, she can't even write? I had to stop caring eventually. I think what I decided to hold on to is some of the positive feedback around being able to help people with their job search, being able to help them understand how recruitment works. When I think about my why on the platform, that's what it all comes down to. And eventually you become rather unapologetic. For those that are thinking about, building their brand, building a presence on the LinkedIn platform, my advice is do it. Of course, when you're working for somebody, there could be some social media guidelines you need to be aware of. But as long as you're not putting the company in disrepute, as long as you are not saying anything overly controversial or like abusing other people on the platform, then chances are you're not going to be doing anything bad. And chances are everyone's going to be absolutely cool with what you do. I think that everyone has so much to offer on this platform. I think that we're all not tapping into LinkedIn as much as what we all could be to really get the value out of the platform. And you need to ensure that you're not letting your fear of being annoying or your fear of lacking in value, whatever it may be, make sure that that's not holding you back, because it is so powerful as a platform to be able to use from a personal branding standpoint. Now, I was chatting to a good friend about this, and I won't reveal too much because I do plan to have a whole entire podcast episode with her on it, but she highlighted the point that with LinkedIn, it is your opportunity to really speak to your work without relying on, say, what your manager is saying about you. It allows you to own your own professional narrative on the platform, which is completely powerful stuff. And I don't think anybody should be missing out on that. Someone out there may find your content helpful, or, it could be what that person really needed to hear that day, or it could be, a really vital piece of information and knowledge that helped them connect the dots of a business problem that they're currently experiencing. You just never know these things, so just get it out there. Don't fear judgment of others. Stop having the fear of being annoying. It's absolutely fine. I love seeing people build up their profile and build up their personal brand on the platform, and you just never know what opportunities are going to come out of it. Now, it's pretty obvious that when being a recruiter, LinkedIn, your presence on LinkedIn is all part of an inbound sales strategy. It's helped me really build brand awareness for Centric. Let's not forget that a whole year ago, my business did not exist. No one knew about it. And it's really LinkedIn that allowed me to build up that business presence, that brand name, that brand awareness. And I couldn't have done it without LinkedIn. So there's just so much potential for opportunity with this platform. I know a lot of people tend to say that it's becoming like a professional Facebook. And I actually don't have too much of a problem with that. I think that people want to know not just about you as a professional. I think that if I went into LinkedIn day to day with just stuff about Centric, people will get sick of being sold to. But I really do balance some of my content with personal things. I balance it with things that might be of value to candidates and clients that I'm assisting. And I balance it with some business and brand awareness that I'm trying to generate. Those are just sort of three categories of the types of posts and content that I have out there. And yeah, some of the personal stuff could be very personal and, not seemingly career related because I'm talking about being a mom or I'm talking about my dogs or my friends. And you know what? People sort of like that. People like seeing the human element to you as a professional on this platform. So don't hesitate to post that sort of stuff either. Yeah, use the platform to your advantage and don't let the fear of being annoying hold you back. So that's my piece of advice for today. I hope that this gives people the courage and the bravery. I don't even know if that's the right word. I don't consider myself all that brave, but I hope it gives people the courage to get out there if that's what they want. Don't think too much about what other people think of you. Just get that stuff out there, and you never know who you'll be helping, who you'll be inspiring, and you never know what sort of opportunities will fall on your lap as a result. So just do it. Don't have a fear of being annoying.